this video, I'm answering your questions about videography, and we're doing a big giveaway to celebrate this channel hitting 10,000 subscribers. Hey, what's going on? My name is Peter Sarellas. I'm a videographer and editor from Toronto, Canada. I specialize in sports videography, and I am so excited that we just hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel. I need to thank every person who's been watching these videos for just engaging with them and getting value out of them and spending their time watching what I have to say. It's awesome that I get to just talk about sports content and videography and editing with you on a regular basis. I just get to do this all the time, and I can actually just keep doing it and make it sustainable, which is awesome. And now there's 10,000 of you along for the ride with me, which is so cool. So I thought that this would be a great opportunity to just answer your questions about whatever you want to talk about, and then also give some stuff away. So the first question that we have is, can you send me your LUTs for sports? And the answer is actually maybe. I just released my Football Video LUT Pack on my website, petersarellas.com. The pack has 3 LUTs for HLG3 picture profiles and 3 LUTs for S-Log3 picture profile on Sony cameras, and is specifically designed to make your videos of field sports like football, baseball, soccer, basically any sport that's played around some sort of grass, pop, so that your videos can look edgy and cinematic and stand out on social media, but not distort the colors of the greens and still look natural and like a sport that's being played on a field. I've been using these LUTs for the past few months in my full-time job with the Canadian Football League to make my videos stand out. I use them pretty much every day when I work, and now I'm sharing them with you. So if you want to get them, you can go check them out on my website. They're on sale right now, and I will have them on sale at least for the next week. So you can go check them out. And we're going to be doing a giveaway with these LUTs later on in the video, so stick around for that. So the next question is, why/when did you start sports videography, and how long did it take you to get good? So I started filming in general in 2017, but I didn't pick up filming sports until 2018, when I had been filming stuff for about a year, and at the time I was working for a small student newspaper. And some of my old basketball coaches from high school messaged me and asked me if I could film some content for their youth basketball league. So that was kind of my first venture into filming sports videos, and I filmed for that league for a year, 2 years, creating a whole ton of content for them. And then from there, I was slowly able to move up to filming collegiate sports for the school that I was at, and then eventually getting my first full-time job at the Canadian Elite Basketball League, filming professional basketball, and now moving to the Canadian Football League, where I film and edit football videos on a full-time basis. And as far as how long it took me to get good, if you asked me 2-3 years ago, I probably would have told you I was good then, and I think subjectively I was. But I feel the bar just keeps getting raised, and you never feel like you're as good as you can be. You always see room for improvement, and maybe when you're just starting, you don't quite see the vision, you don't know exactly how good you can get. But as you progress, you always see that next step in front of you, and you should always have a goal for where you can get. So I would say at this point, having a full-time job in the industry and having worked in the sports video industry for a number of years, at this point I know that I'm good enough, because the fact that I'm making a living off of it kind of tells me that. But I don't know if I'm amazing or if I'm just all right, but I just know I need to keep on working to get better, and I can kind of see where I want to get to. So I'm just going to keep working towards that. All right, the next question we have is, what are 3 traits people must have to make it in sports content creation? And I answered this on my Instagram story as well, actually. But I think the 3 traits that you need to have to make in sports content creation are: you have to be personable, you need to be passionate, and you need to be hardworking. I say personable because a lot of the opportunities that come to you in this industry, and I found this with me as well, aren't necessarily about how good you are. There is a baseline level of skill that you need to get opportunity, but a lot of the connections and opportunities that come your way are just about how much the person who you're working with or who's hiring likes you. Which sounds silly to say, but I think everyone in this industry wants to work with someone who they would also want to hang out with or grab a coffee with. And you don't really want to have to go to work to see people who you don't enjoy and collaborate with those people on projects every single day. So if you can just be an enjoyable person, be fun to work with while getting all of your work done in a professional manner, and have a good time while you're working, people are more likely to bring you out, and you'll probably progress faster in your career. And I say hardworking and passionate because The sports industry in general is one that requires a lot of evening work, a lot of weekend work. You're probably gonna put in more hours for less pay, all else equal, than your peers doing the same work as you in a different industry. But we do this because we love sports, and we couldn't think of any better way to spend our weekend than to like be on a field or be like filming a video, be editing a really sick hype reel for something. Like that's what we want to do in our free time. That's personally what I want to do in my free time. And if I wasn't doing this job for money, I'd probably be doing it for free. And I think that's the only way you can really sustain this and keep doing it for years and years and years, putting in 50, 60, 70 hours a week sometimes, whatever it's going to be. So if you don't have that hard work and that passion for the industry, like there's probably better places you can go to make your money and be happy. All right, the next question we have is how do you go about pricing rates for a rookie as a videographer? And honestly, this is a bit of a tricky one because when you're first starting, you obviously don't know like what market rates necessarily are. I think the best advice that I can give you is more so than focusing on like how much money you're making as a rookie, you should be focusing on gaining experience and improving your portfolio. If you're a rookie at video or if you're a rookie at anything really, you probably shouldn't be relying on that one specific thing that you've just started to make all of your income. So if you're a rookie at videography, you should probably have like a day job or some other way to live. Maybe you're a student and you have like student loans and you're paying to go to school, or you're living at your parents' house or something, so you don't need to pay rent. And you can just like do that as your full-time thing while you're filming. And assuming that filming isn't your full-time income if you're a rookie, I think you're better off going to do projects that you're really passionate about and that you want to get paid for in the future, and not worrying about if you're making $300 or $1,000 on it, versus really penny pinching and trying to get as much money as you can out of every project and taking projects just for the money, not because you're passionate about them. People are gonna hire you for the projects that you post and for the work that you share online. So especially in those early years, you wanna make sure that you're sharing work that you actually wanna get hired for and that you wanna build your portfolio around. I'm not saying don't do all types of different projects, because doing projects outside of the niche that you're really passionate about is a great way to get good with the camera. I personally did product videos, I did wedding videos, like a whole bunch of different stuff outside of sports. And it's not stuff that I shared a whole lot. Like you can't really find a wedding video on my profile. That would be super out of place. But I did it, and the experience of doing that stuff gave me transferable skills that I can apply to my work in sports and made me a better videographer of my own unique style. So I guess to answer your question, how do you price yourself as a rookie? I'm gonna say just price what feels right to you. I try to say a price that usually makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's how I know I'm pushing the upper limit of my price range enough. Don't be afraid to have people say no to your price, that's fine. But if you come across a project that you're really passionate about, don't stress it too much. Just say a number, lock it in, and go do great work and build that portfolio. We have best $2,000 camera for filming sports. Honestly, given some of the recent cameras that have come out, this is an absolute no-brainer. The Sony FX30 is easily the best camera under $2,000 for filming sports. I think it's $1,800 US. It can film 4K, 120 frames per second in 10-bit. It is a Super 35 camera, so you don't get full frame, but besides that, it's basically just an FX3. I've already pre-ordered one actually. So when mine comes in, I'm gonna be doing probably a bunch of videos on it and really exploring how far we can push that camera for sports videography specifically. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for those videos. But yeah, I think the Sony FX30 is going to be a sweet camera, and for $1,800 US, it is an absolute bargain. So definitely check that one out. All right, next up we have Grey Cup predictions. This is I don't know how many CFL fans watch this channel. I know there's a lot of Americans watching, but for any of you CFL fans, I personally think that the Lions are going to win the Grey Cup. I've been like a big Lions guy. Like, even when I was like a little kid, I loved the Lions. I have like pictures of me literally wearing BC Lions face paint as a child, which I think is so funny now that I work for the CFL. But no, they've looked really good this year. I think they're going to get Nathan Rourke back, who, for anyone who's not aware of what I'm talking about, is their starting quarterback, who was really good and then got injured. Anyways, I think their quarterback's going to come back. They're going to go on a playoff run and win it. But also, I am unbiased. So, next question we have is 3 goals for the rest of the year. Yeah, so my 3 goals for the rest of the year, and I had to actually sit on this and really think about it a little. But one, I want to really design this office space. My girlfriend and I actually just converted our master bedroom into a really large shared office, which is awesome. It gives me lots of room to like make these videos, and we can put our own personal touch on this space. And I want to get some of my work on the walls. I want to really make this feel like a nice cozy space that I want to spend a lot of time in and create a lot of content in. I want to sound treat this room. As you can probably hear, there's like a bit of an echo in the audio, so we're trying to fix that. I also want to get into live streaming a little bit, not like gaming or anything, but like I would love it if I could like, when appropriate, live stream and edit or live stream like some work that I'm doing that like is obviously okay to share while it's in that creative process, maybe personal project or something. But I'd love to be able to live stream something like that and just kind of share with you how I'm working and be able to talk things through in real time. I think that'd be really fun. And then my third goal, I want to just do more collaborative projects with friends. I feel like I don't get as many people on this channel as I would like, and I don't share enough work with friends that I would like. I have done collabs here and there, but I'd love to do more collaborative stuff on this channel with friends. And I want to do more work like outside of this channel, like actually filming games and creating cool videos with friends. And I know that I have some stuff coming up, and you're gonna see that stuff on this channel in due time as it happens. But I really, for the rest of the year, want to focus on doing more collaborative projects and really build up that like relationship aspect that I talked about earlier in the video, while still doing awesome work that everyone can be proud of. All right, I like this question a lot. How was the transition from filming basketball to football? What are some of the big similarities and differences? And honestly, I found that there's not too many similarities. I think that the biggest similarity is that a lot of the things that you're looking for are the same. I did a video recently on like 5 things to look for when you're filming basketball, which I can link in a card like just up here. And I talked about how you need to get establishing shots, how you need to showcase emotion, how you need to get big highlights of the game. You need to like get your warm-up shots to kind of start the video out. You need to get your shots after the game of players celebrating to put a bow on everything. And I think that you need to look for those same types of shots in every sport, basketball, football, or whatever other sport you're filming. That format kind of applies everywhere, and coming from basketball to football, I was able to still follow that format to capture the story of a game. But as far as differences, there are so many. The biggest difference is obviously that basketball is pretty much always inside and football is outside like 90% of the time. Also, the football fields are just huge, especially in Canadian football. There's massive end zones and the fields are longer and wider. So it's like an actual workout to film a football game, whereas basketball, you're kind of just camping on the sidelines and picking your spots here and there, and it's very relaxed. The temperature is like a consistent like 22 degrees Celsius. It's very comfortable. In football, it can be plus 30 or minus 30, and like you are in a sprint sometimes to get to where you have to be to get the shot. Also, the focal lengths that you're using for football are a lot longer. You can't use a 28-75 to shoot football. Like you won't be able to get most of the shots you need unless the play comes right at you, which is like not that often. So I find I'm usually using a 70-200 in Super 35 mode or a 100-400 most of the time. And then the last difference is just like the format that football is played in is so much different to basketball. And I guess to explain that, I can reference it to a different sport. So if you look at like basketball versus ice hockey, for example, basketball and ice hockey are both a team of 5 players versus a team of 5 players moving one object between themselves and trying to get it into a goal or a net. So with that in mind, the way that you want to set up to film both of those sports is pretty similar, because the movement of the players within the field of play is pretty similar when you're trying to capture it. But football is completely different. There's like 11 or 12 players, depending on if you're in America or Canada, I guess. And there's huge stoppages between the plays. The plays look different every single time, and everything's very scripted and structured and less free-flowing. than a sport like basketball or hockey. And you never know where the ball is gonna go. So like in basketball, you always know they're shooting the ball at the net and you can follow the ball to the net quite easily. In football, you don't know which receiver the quarterback is throwing the ball to. And you kind of have to figure that out on the fly. It makes it a lot harder to track the ball if you want to do something like that. And overall, the format of the game, the size of the field, and the way that it's played presents some new challenges for me that I've had a lot of fun tackling. And it has just made the whole experience of filming football a great time. All right, the last question that we have is, congrats on 10K. Are there any big things coming in the future? And yeah, there's definitely some big stuff coming in the future. We already talked about some videos that I'm gonna have planned going forward in this video here. The Football Video LUT Pack is something that I'm super excited to share. I've been like just itching to finish it and put it out, and I'm so happy that you can finally go and get it for yourself. So that is awesome. I do have a couple other things. I'm not going to talk too much about them, but I want you to let me know actually in the comment section, what do you want to see out of me for the rest of the year and going into next year? I want to make content that you want to consume and that's going to help you. So let me know what you want, and yeah, we can make that happen. Which is actually a good time for me to talk about the details of our giveaway. So I'm giving away 5 copies of the Football Video LUT Pack. All you have to do is drop a comment down below. You can include your Instagram handle and then follow me on Instagram. And of those people who do that, I'm gonna pick 5 people and just send them my Football Video LUT Pack for free. If you don't have my Sports Video LUT Pack already, I'll send you that as well if you win, which is perfect for filming indoor sports and court sports like basketball or volleyball or anything like that. So go drop a comment, let me know what you want to see from me, or you can let me know like what some of your goals are for the rest of the year, whatever you want really. I am so happy that you've been able to join me for this. I'm just awesome that we've got to 10,000 subscribers. I didn't even think that YouTube was gonna be like a big serious thing for me. And now we're like just going, and 10,000 is just a big number. Like, I know there's a lot of people on YouTube with a lot more subscribers and whatever, and that's fine, but just, when you try to imagine 10,000 people in a room, like that's a lot of people in a room. So I'm grateful for every single one of you who chooses to like watch my content and share this with me. And yeah, I guess the road to 100K starts now. So until next time, peace.